Howdy there, Internet. Welcome to Nerd Night Perspectives. I'm Jonathan. I'm here with our awesome co-host, Matt.
Hi.
And we have our awesome guest, Mr. Chase. Chase, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here.
Mr. Chase.
Hell yeah. So today, we are going to be doing our Campfire Perspective, where we go and talk about stuff we've seen lately, stuff we just want to talk about, really a more free form and loose for the pod. Just a little something for everyone, or really just for ourselves, because we're selfish like that. But anyone, either one of you gents want to get us started on just talking about random fucking movies? Like, what have you seen lately? What you been enjoying?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say
And you can even go back. You know, it doesn't have to be recent. You know, just whatever.
Because we had ended up reviewing Merlin earlier, which was that had Sam Neill in it. I had made this connection because I took you both to be the type that would like crime drama, but Sam Neill's in this other series called Peaky Blinders. I probably mentioned that to you guys.
I've seen like 2 episodes. I got a buddy that loves that show.
Peaky fucking Blinders.
Yeah.
I just never seem to get around to it. It's like one of those things where I started and I just stop and then I forget. You know.
I have a ton of those. I haven't even started really far on Stranger Things, for example. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel you.
There's just so much to watch. It's hard to keep.
Oh, I know. You got to pick your battles in today's streaming world.
I'm pretty stubborn. If I get a show, I stay on it till I finish it. Maybe I'll have
I'm the same way. I'm very picky, but if I get into something, I go all in. You know. I definitely feel you on that. But Peaky Blinders, okay. Tell me about Peaky Blinders. What you've been like about. Like I said, I've only seen like 2 episodes, so whatever you say is probably gonna be.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, just the premise. It stars Cillian Murphy, who I think is a tremendous actor.
That's Mr. Oppenheimer.
I was gonna say that's his big role that he landed recently, and because I knew how huge that movie was when it came out. So I even without seeing the movie yet, and knowing how big it was going to be, I wasn't surprised that he landed a lead role in a movie like that, because I was just kind of honestly surfing Netflix at one point trying to see what I wanted to watch, and I had heard some things about that show that I decided to stick on it, but there's a lot of things I like about that kind of from a historical viewpoint, just that time period, kind of the 20s, early 20s or so. And this is set in a post-World War I era. And no, he's fantastic in it, but he plays as Thomas Shelby. He's kind of the head of this family. He's the oldest brother. They don't have their parents, who had passed away or been gone, I believe. Actually, his dad just left. But he and his brothers served in World War I, and then they return home. And and it depends on what you're talking about, but a lot of veterans, even in America, you can see that firsthand, but you don't always come back to great situations, to just go back to society and resume normal life. And they were in the engineer corps or something like that, I believe, literally setting up trenches and stuff, and it wound up being they had a lot of violent encounters. They'd literally just be digging through, and then they'd come through the wall, and then there would be Germans, for example. So they did a lot of hand fighting, stuff like that. So Thomas Shelby and his 3 brothers served in World War I. Come back to Britain, and this is based loosely on a true story of street gangs in Birmingham, England, that Peaky Blinders is based on. But he basically is the head of this family. When he also has friends who came back and they all had served, and they all kind of operate as in this kind of organized crime family. And basically, over time, it happens in the first episode. I mean, isn't giving away too much. He accidentally, because he kind of runs things. They're kind of I don't want to call them a petty street gang at this point. I mean, they kind of are, maybe not on a local scale, but not that really big time, but there was these boats that come through town, and they seize them, and they open the crates, and they just have machine guns, and the government's doing something secretive with these large machine guns, which is, I mean, even now it'd be a big deal, but even back then, and so they just he kind of just decides to keep them, and he starts holding them because there's a lot of power just behind having just a giant crate of machine guns in the 1920s.
Hell yeah.
So he's just withholding it, and then this is where the Sam Neill connection comes in, because Sam Neill plays this private investigator. His name's Major Inspector Campbell, and he's a police officer slash government official, something like that. And he's pretty ruthless, actually. And I didn't get the premise of the characters. You could say this about even Breaking Bad or whoever. Like the main characters, when you're drawn to them, like they're still criminals. They still do bad things. That being said, even though, again, because he is facing up against the Shelby family and whatnot, and he is with the government and all that, doesn't make him a great person. In fact, he's the first main antagonist that comes into the series. He's also, this throws me off. I didn't realize Sam Neill was from New Zealand, and in the show,
I didn't know that either.
I'm not saying that's one and the same, and you'll get where I'm going with this, because he plays an Irish cop. So he has a really Irish, a thick Irish accent and a big white mustache. So I didn't recognize him at first. It really threw me off. And then, because I had not known him from Merlin initially either. I knew it was Dr. Grant from Jurassic Park. So it was pretty crazy to me, when it dawned on me. It was like, oh, this is Sam Neill, and he's playing this kind of sort of dirty evil cop or whatever. Yeah, but I've really enjoyed the show. The show has ended, and I think they're doing a movie now to close it out. But within the last couple of years, the final season came out, and but I've been rewatching it again recently just because I really enjoyed it. It's a pretty good series. I definitely recommend it if you like crime drama, and there's some historical aspects to it. You even see Winston Churchill in the show at one point.
Yeah. I've always found the going from show to a movie for an ending medium to be rather strange. There's a show called The Last Kingdom, which is pretty good. I mean, it was a little basic, but there's something about it. It was kind of like a junk food pleasure for medieval fantasy, or Anywho, it's called The Last Kingdom, but then they have a movie which is the actual finale of it, called Seven Kings Must Die. And that was very confusing to me at the time. That was the first time I ever encountered that, and I've always just been curious about that, about why they do it like that instead of just making feel good movie quality episodes. I don't know.
Yeah, I know with Peaky Blinders, they did change some things around because one of the main actresses passed away, who plays the aunts in the family. I don't know how much that impacts it and how much that changed their approach either. But yeah, I agree. It's interesting when they would go from series to movie ending. I don't know. Sometimes they don't have much of a choice, or that's all they can get. They don't get greenlit for a season, but perhaps a movie instead. All kinds of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, I got a buddy who swears by that show. I've seen the beginning. It does look good. I just never gave it the chance it deserves.
Just whenever you get a chance. There's quite a few other good actors up there too. You guys are familiar with Tom Hardy. He plays this character named Alfie Solomons, who is Jewish, and there was this was when it comes to people's difference in beliefs, ethnicities, or whatnot. There were gangs that were organized by being Jewish. If you know what I'm talking about, even back then.
Right.
So he's a bootlegger. He's a Jewish gangster / bootlegger, and Alfie Solomons, it's played by Tom Hardy. Pretty good. I can't remember this other actor's name. There is the King Kong film that had Jack Black in it. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Adrian
it's been a while, but yeah, I do.
Yeah, so there's one of the main characters. His name's Jack, and he's at the end he rescues the blonde girl that gets kidnapped by King Kong. But that guy, he plays this Italian gangster in the film. I can't remember his name. You guys would recognize him.
Is it Adrian Brody?
I think, yes, that's it. That's who it is. Yep.
Oh.
And he's Yeah, very very interesting. And other characters, I mean, not that anyone would recognize because a lot of them are British, obviously. But there's the girl from Queen's Gambit. You know what I'm talking about? She plays Anya
yeah,
Taylor Joyce.
Oh,
Is that
Anya
her name?
yeah,
Taylor
that
Joy?
girl, yeah, I know
She's
her.
Furiosa. Yeah, so she
Oh.
in the new Fury Road, or not Fury Road, but in the new Mad Max.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's also in Peaky Blinders. She does play an American, but she's in that too. So yeah, some other actors and actresses who are pretty good. I just was not familiar with them before this series, but again, it's you know, it's it is British. I do enjoy it though. Yeah, it's pretty good. There's some historical aspect to it. The acting is superb. I love the aesthetic. Believe it or not, dude, like they come as sharp dressed as they come. You know.
Oh yeah. No, there's
Um,
definitely a culture and to the whole thing.
It sounds like a pretty studded cast, though. Like, it's pretty impressive for being just a Netflix show.
yeah, Cillian Murphy alone just sold me on it because I came away impressed by him. Sometimes I only observe that so much. I think some people don't appreciate like a good acting job, but he really sells it as cold-blooded, ruthless,
Mm-hmm.
intimidating, whatnot.
Ruthless. Yeah, no, I've tried watching the show, and I really wanted to commit to it more. I do feel like I need subtitles to translate it from English to English.
Yeah, that's fair. I kind of got used to it after a while too, which helps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure you can get adjusted to it. It might be a little rough starting off.
Mm-hmm.
Couple things you don't pick up on, slang and whatnot, but
Yeah.
and it's also not just British; it's British from 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, Irish, So I wasn't going to talk about it in this order, but I think I will because of what you just mentioned. You guys want to talk Oppenheimer a little?
Well, Oppie?
Little
Sure.
Oppenheimy?
Well, I am become death, destroyer of worlds.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I finally got around to seeing it a few months ago. I'm still late to the show. I didn't expect Robert Downey Jr.
You mean Jeremy?
Wait,
isn't that Jeremy Irons? I'm just kidding. It does look just like Jeremy Irons, though, doesn't he? In that movie?
I'm not sure, actually, to be honest with you.
No. Well, you look up a picture of Jeremy Irons. And
Hawkeye? Hawkeye from Avengers?
No, that's Jeremy.
It's Jeremy Renner. That's my bad. I'm full of shit.
Jeremy Irons was
I'm looking him up right now.
he did the voice of Scar in The Lion King, but that doesn't give you a good fucking it doesn't give you a good image of him. Right. Trying to think of what you guys would
No. Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Yeah, he was Alfred in that. Whatever.
Fair enough. No, I can see what you're talking about now that I actually looked him up.
I'm pretty sure I made that joke already.
An older Downey in this one.
Yeah.
Although honestly, he practically just like whispered or like mumbled the entire movie. Like I actually did have kind of a hard time understanding him. Like we're talking about needing subtitles for English to English. I mean, right there, dude. Oppenheimer.
I thought it was pretty coherent. I just didn't.
Downey?
I just really liked. What I really loved about that character is just how much of a little piece of shit he was.
He played his part good. He played his part quite well. Some of the sex scenes in Oppenheimer felt a little out of place.
Yeah, unnecessary, but you got Florence Pugh in a movie. You want to see her boobies. It was definitely like
that's fair.
The director's like, yes, we definitely need to see Florence Pugh's boobies. We definitely need to have this scene in this movie.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. But that's what you get, though. It felt like we were just watching a sex scene just to watch a sex scene, not because it had anything impactful for the movie, per se. At least in my opinion, I could be interpreting that wrong. I'm sorry. There were like metaphorical reasoning behind the sex scenes.
Yeah.
Like the wall shaking when giving a speech, and the bombs, whatnot, when being interrogated. But it did feel a little shoehorned.
You felt like Christopher Nolan just wanted to see Florence Pugh's boobies, which
I guess so.
We all do. Christopher
Nolan. I
Nolan.
can't hate too much. I can't. I mean, it was very dramatic, but rightfully so. You know,
Yeah, pretty dramatic
you know,
to drop a bomb. That I thought it was pretty cool where they talk about like it's not a 0% chance that we just destroy the world. And he tells that to Matt Damon. Matt Damon's like, but you mean it's like that's not going to happen, right? He's like, well, it's not a 0% chance, but it's
right. Well, nothing
small.
is right. Point. Lots of zeros followed by a 1. Yeah, obviously, like you're talking about the physics, the theoretical physics of igniting the entire atmosphere. Well, when Oppenheimer's talking with Einstein, it's an interesting concept to think about, and obviously that's not what happens, but it is still. That's what they think they're doing, and to a certain extent, they kind of are, at least in the effect of how drastic the impact on the Earth will be because of nuclear bombs. But obviously, you don't just light the entire atmosphere on fire. But it's just interesting to see that perspective of where you're at and what, like, we're talking about toying with God kind of stuff. I mean, that's really what this was.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't sure how crazy. This thing literally could light the whole world on fire, and they made it anyways.
Gotta say, my favorite part of that movie was where, after all is said and done, when President Truman just like fucking talks shit to fucking Oppenheimer. I'm like, oh, I got blood on my hands. I don't give a shit about who made the bomb. I fucking dropped it, pussy.
Right. I mean, dude, they did. They made Harry Truman an asshole. But then again, it kind of takes an asshole to drop nuclear bombs in the first place. So maybe there's not total inaccuracy in that depiction of him. You did want to be the guy to drop the bomb. Yeah, dude. Not Oppenheimer.
For a small role, Gary Oldman fucking ruled as Harry Truman, dude.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was.
That cast is fucking real in that movie, dude. They had big actors who were underrated and truly awesome in their roles, and they had them play bit parts, small roles. Like Rami Malek was in there, David Krumholtz, fucking Josh Hartnett, people who are generally kind of underrated, underappreciated. They didn't play big roles in those movies. They played like small parts, and they all contributed amazingly. Florence Pugh, amazing. Didn't play a huge role in the movie. Amazing actors. Amazing cast.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. I did enjoy how much they highlighted the communist and anti-communist tensions, both pre and post the Manhattan Project,
Mm-hmm.
and in America as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
I think they really did good, spelling it and showing us just how severe the tensions were, and even kind of still are,
Yeah, still
obviously
are.
not to that degree, but
yeah.
Also, I mean, I also liked how they showed like the systematic sabotaging of Oppenheimer's reputation with that like trial or the lack of a trial or whatever, and the message for world unity and peace. I mean, that's just like what we see later on. See John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King, and even John fucking Lennon. Anyone who's spreading a message of peace and unity, often ends up getting capped. And we see this kind of Oppenheimer going, with the trial and stuff, kind of also having, a noose around his neck in a way. I was surprised Josh Peck was in it.
Yeah, Josh Peck.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I did not see that coming. He was the guy that pushes the big red button.
So Josh Peck is to blame for all this.
No, it was Megan. He's gonna find a way to blame it on Megan.
Right. Who's the coolest now?
Drake comes in, he's like, did you press the red button? Josh's like, did I press the red button? Of course I pressed the red button.
Yeah, my only critique of the movie is that I felt like sometimes I'm having a hard time stating specifically when, but there were just times where I remember being like slightly confused about like where we were in the movie, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it
What?
did, like, time period wise, like, chronologically.
Yeah, you know, I felt like I got jumped around a little bit. And there were times where I'm like, okay, what's happening?
They did use color palettes to change that. Nah, I'm kidding. It was confusing because they only did grayscale and then they did regular, and then there was another third time period that they didn't change the color palette for. So
You know, that's something I really overlooked. We talked about this in Merlin. We're talking about it now. I never really think about the color palette, even the lens or whatever, you know, like what you're talking about, the mood, the atmosphere that they give us.
yeah.
And I really think I do need to start paying more attention to things like that.
Especially with like modern movies, they all try to do the grayscale thing is what happens in the future as opposed to the past, which what used to be. They did in Better Call Saul. They do it in Oppenheimer. Grayscale is like, oh yeah, this is the thing that's in the future. Regular color is what's happening right now. But they also did the regular color for things that were happening in the past too. So I mean, I get you,
Yeah,
man.
it is an idiot, but
no, it's not just you. A lot of myself included, a lot of people had a little bit of trouble being like, "What? When are we right now?"
Yeah. But that's really all I have to say about the movie. It was a good movie. I think it was slightly overhyped. I mean, people were acting like this was the greatest movie ever made.
Well, do you think that factored into the fact that you felt it was overhyped because so many people were jerking it off?
Well, that's what I mean by definition of it being overhyped was people just jerking it off. And it's a great movie.
It's
Absolutely.
fantastic.
Fucking I cannot even describe how good it was, but it wasn't the greatest movie of all time. I don't think that's true.
You shut the fuck. You shut your fucking mouth.
I'll try not to be so greedy, but I do want to change the subject to one other movie because we're talking about it.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed the Barbie movie a little more than Oppenheimer.
Really?
And that might be because of when you're talking about expectation. I had such high expectation for Oppenheimer, and I had such a low expectation for Barbie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so my actual experience going through the Barbie movie seemed to be, I had more fun with it.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoyed it more. Oppenheimer was dramatic and just,
So you're telling me,
nihilistic.
you're telling me a movie about Barbie is less of a Rain on the Parade than the guy who made the bomb that turned two Japanese cities into parking lots.
But I don't know. I enjoyed the Barbie movie, honestly. I sincerely did. Like, it shocked me how much I enjoyed. Like, I'm not saying that's the best movie ever either, but I was just shocked by how much I did enjoy it. Like, sincerely.
I really liked Barbie movie too. It was pretty cool.
I haven't seen it, but I do love Margot Robbie.
Really? It was like a self-critique on, like, realism, like, or I should say the lack of realism in Barbie since, like, the 80s. A lot of, like, self-critiquing on corporatism. Like, there's, like, obviously liberals, patriarchy, matriarchy.
It was a very limp-wristed slap at corporatism because.
Yeah. I do think they talk about patriarchy and matriarchy and stuff like that. They showed that the matriarchy was all fucked up with her, but then the patriarchy was fucking also fucked up.
Yeah, well, I like that the patriarchy wasn't just pointing at, like, all men bad. It was like, hey, the patriarchy sucks for men too, right? Like,
yeah, they did good that, and they using Ken freaking through that. I mean, he basically gets the patriarch's manifesto. I don't know. He definitely, and he gave off like Andrew Tate vibes, like so well. I don't know.
But like, a more wholesome version of Andrew Tate.
Oh,
I
absolutely,
liked-
completely, obviously.
I just love this line where he just goes, when I realized the patriarchy was about horses, I kind of lost interest anyway.
I just noticed there was definitely a moment where it felt like freaking Ken was subscribing to Andrew Tate for sure, but
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah.
I love Will Ferrell always, fucking, and obviously Margot Robbie, fucking fantastic. I love that the lesson was Ken eventually being Kenough.
Yeah,
He accepted himself. He wasn't. I don't know.
He was
destroying everything to be something he's not.
Yeah, he's something he's expected to be.
Yeah, I think he just had good overall socio-political commentary. And cherry on top is always fucking Billie Eilish. They dropped her song "What Was I Made For" on that movie. Fucking love Billie Eilish every time, man. She makes for a fucking good, fucking sad dad summer.
Oh yeah, she makes a good couple songs. Yeah, I fucking hate that. I hate that she popped up on my fucking Spotify top 10 Spotify pick list. I was like, fuck no,
I Billie Eilish really more than most mainstream artists of her genre.
Oh yeah, she's pretty fucking awesome.
I like her more than most of them,
Really, really catchy. Really.
Some of it's just really sad, like.
It captures a moodiness. Kind of like a Lana Del Rey,
She sang the theme for one of the James Bond movies the last couple of years.
No shit.
Really? I didn't know that.
No time to fuck? I mean, No Time to Die?
Octopussy.
No Time to Die, I think was it. And she did a performance with an orchestra I saw one time, and it was pretty good.
Oh, yeah. No, she's very talented.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I like Billie Eilish, but I digress.
Old Billy. Young Billy.
Even my daughter.
It's hilarious.
All right.
No, she's good though.
I was just saying, even my daughter enjoyed the Barbie movie. She said she liked it more than the FNAF movie, and she's a huge FNAF.
Well, because
the Barbie movie.
I've heard
my daughter is not a Barbie girl. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I did hear the FNAF movie fucking sucked goat nuts, dude.
Yeah,
it was not very good.
Yeah,
Five Nights at Freddy's.
I know she kind of doesn't hate it as much as she used to. I think, but I do know my daughter had a lot of issues with it, and she is upset. Any FNAF question, I have to talk to my daughter. Because she knows. She already knows.
She
knows as much as Matt had.
It's crazy that someone as young as your daughter, because when I was in
12.
high school, when FNAF was really popping off and was big, it's amazing the staying power that FNAF has. It's crazy.
Oh, absolutely. The fandom is strong and loyal, even to this day. I don't know, because we talk about FNAF. The appreciation I have for FNAF is it's a lot of kids' first introduction to horror genre, without it being gory, without it being gross,
Yeah.
without it being, anything other than a mild psychological thriller.
Well, I just like that Willy's Wonderland is still crowned as the best FNAF movie over the FNAF movie, so.
I actually I'm not familiar with Willy's Wonderland.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
You're right. It's a dumb fucking movie, but it's okay. That's what you expected. Nicolas Cage is in it. Entire fucking movie. Doesn't say a fucking word. Just drinks purple soda and plays pinball and beats the shit out of animatronic Chuck E. Cheese characters the entire movie. It's supposed to be a horror. It's just funny. It's just great. It's bad. Right. It's a terrible movie.
It still scare a kid, but definitely the older audience.
I don't think.
That she did. I think she was. I don't know. It's whatever. But you get what I'm saying.
Willy's Wonderland wouldn't scare a toddler.
I don't want to be too greedy on movies, so why don't you guys tell us one? Matt, you haven't said one yet.
I guess I am here, huh? I recently read the book Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. Terry Pratchett, if you read a book a few times, or if you read a few books, or you're in the booktuber community, you'd know both those names. Neil Gaiman did Coraline. Terry Pratchett does the Discworld series. Terry Pratchett has a very unique sense of humor. So does Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman tends to be a bit more serious, but this was an absolute delight. I listened to the audiobook version, which was an absolute treat, and then I watched the show. Have you guys heard of Good Omens?
I've seen a couple episodes. It's like that religious show, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an angel and a demon that become friends throughout the creation story and all this, and it's just kind of this absurdist story. And the angel and the demon got to team up to stop Armageddon from happening because reasons. I won't get too much into it, but it's an absolute delight. It's very English, so you'll get a lot of that English style humor and a lot of the absurdist style humor. It's very funny. The show is an excellent adaptation. You could definitely tell Neil Gaiman had a big hand in this.
That's something you don't usually see. It's a good adaptation from book, film, or even TV series.
Yeah, my only complaint about the TV series is that it didn't have my favorite gag from the book, which they have the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, which are like their motorcycle riders in the modern day. They had the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse come in, and they're all riding motorcycles, and then they get 4 other horsemen or riders of the apocalypse. And the 4 other riders of the apocalypse are just an absolute... I laughed out loud listening to this in the book. Because, it's so funny. There's, they all decide, well, I should be... If we're all 4 riders of the apocalypse, we should all pick our own thing, Because, you got war, famine, in this case, pollution, and death. They're like, well, I choose grievous bodily harm, GBH, grievous bodily harm. And the other guy is, I'll be cruelty to animals. And the other guy is going, well, I'll be embarrassing personal problems. Another guy is like, well, I'll be telephone callers. People call you on the telephone, or telemarketers. He said, no, you can't be that. And he goes, all right, well, I'll be really cool people because those guys really get on my nerves. Right. And one guy just keeps changing his name. It's just really, it's amazing. I laugh so hard listening to it.
Well, I know that I got some family members that watch Good Omen, and I know that they're very passionate about that show. And then also, I think it goes along the similar lines of a similar fandom being fans of The Good Place.
Good Place. Yeah, I can see that. Having that kind of religious. They're
both religious and, like you're saying, absurdist even at certain times.
Yeah, bring a special philosophy into the religion, and the acting that's done by the roles being played by David Tennant and Michael Sheen are just they play off each other so well as Peter Gould. I'm sure some of you guys might know Peter Gould from I think that's his name, from playing Chuck in Better Call Saul. Absolute riot. Okay. Absolute riot of a character. All of them amazing. Reason enough to watch them on that alone. Aside from my spoiling of one of my favorite gags, the rest you guys should absolutely listen to. It's got a very special style of humor. The show, I guess my other critique would be I wish the narrator for the story would have been someone just a delightful little Englishman or Kunk, like Kunk on Earth. I wish it would have been one of them, because I just don't feel like she has the delivery that someone else could have done on those jokes. Because it feels like she just kind of glosses over some of the humor. They're really funny jokes.
Rather than leaning into it.
Yeah, she just doesn't have that excellent delivery that a lot of another voice could have lent to. Anyway,
you got anything, Chase?
Oh, just keep bouncing stuff we've seen lately.
Yeah, we're just going in circles, buddy.
Yeah, actually, there is another series I've actually been seeing on Netflix, and I've kind of been sleeping on it, I guess, the past couple of years. But there's a series called Resident Alien. You guys ever watch that?
I love Resident Alien, dude. Not so much.
Familiar, Hauser?
I have not seen it at all. I've heard of it, I think, from Matt.
Oh my god! Thank you for shouting this out, Chase.
What's it on?
Netflix.
No.
Okay. Now, what's so good about this one, guys? You guys both seem very hyped on this.
Oh,
so I don't remember the actor's name. I could probably pull it up here. He played Steve the Pirate on Dodgeball.
Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
So yeah, Steve the Pirate from Dodgeball, and he's really probably the only household name I'd recognize in this series so far.
Oh, that's funny. Sorry, it took me a minute to realize who you're talking about from Dodgeball.
Yeah. He's the guy that dresses like a pirate.
Oh, yeah. You're not a pirate!
I also, while there isn't a whole lot of other people, I guess they have John Locke from Lost, makes an appearance in season 2 and 3, but yeah, you're right, there isn't really a whole lot of household names, I guess. But I do want to shout out Corey Reynolds, who plays the sheriff, Mike Thompson. The sheriff is an absolute fucking riot in that show too. I love him.
Oh yeah, the black sheriff.
Yeah, call me Big Black. I'm not gonna. I'm not calling you that. Come on, call me Big Black.
So the premise of the show, basically, an alien crash lands on Earth. And he has a mission to wipe out humanity, actually. And his ship gets damaged, basically completely destroyed, I think, and scattered across the mountains. And this is in Colorado in some small town, near some small town. But he goes to the first house he sees in the middle of a snowstorm, and he just steals the identity of this town's local doctor, who is that actor, Alan Tudyk. And he's able to camouflage himself like him. And while he's trying to buy himself time and find the parts for his ship and continuing his mission, he serves as this local town's only doctor, essentially, or one of the few healthcare providers. And it's a pretty funny show. And there's just a lot of parts, because he's basically trying to teach himself how to be human. So he has just these awkward mannerisms and stuff like that, and or he's trying to
the way he laughs.
Normal.
Yeah,
it's he's just this fake. Yeah, and he's just and a lot of people are just oh, okay, he's just weird, and some of these people. And even this one girl, there's more than one girl who's totally into him. It's crazy. I haven't even gotten far. Believe it or not, I've only gotten a few episodes into the first season. It's pretty damn good. There's this, and there's this local murder that happened or whatever, and he gets roped into it because they're trying to do the forensics on it and whatnot. It's pretty damn funny though. I think Alan Tudyk does a great job. It's just his acting is actually pretty impressive, honestly, because like I said, he kind of sells you on an alien disguised as a human trying to learn how to be a regular person.
He's the dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Yeah,
and it's
exactly
excellent. And he's doing a very bad job of playing the other dude, but it's perfect. It's hilarious. I love that.
And there's this one kid in town who's 9 years old. He has this very incredibly rare genetic disorder, though. Or not even genetic disorder. So something in his genes to where
he could see through.
Yeah, you can see through this alien. It's like 1 in a million chance or whatever. Because the alien does the math on it or something like that. And he recognizes, like, anytime he sees him, and there's times where he has to go to the doctor for something, and it's just him. It's like the alien sees it, and he freaks out. And then they eventually just start butting heads and, like, kind of talking shit to each other. No one believes the kid.
Yeah.
The alien kind of starts talking shit to him, and I don't know. They have their conflict between the two of them. It's pretty funny though. Some funny, zany little side characters, whatnot, stuff like that. But yeah, it's on Netflix. I enjoy it though.
Oh, it's so good.
I gotta check it out. I love comedy, so
yeah, it's a great balance to where like that kid and the alien's relationship is just so fucking funny because like the alien is just like plotting, like early on in the relationship, the alien's plotting the kid's death because he can see him, and it's just like the most like overt violent, like attempted violence towards children. That's just so like it's so taboo that it's also very funny when he does it. The father comes in to the doctor's office and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry for your loss." And he goes, "What? No, I need you to help my son with his stitches. Give my son stitches." And he goes, "Ugh."
Right. I mean, we were talking earlier about like deliveries and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't matter what line you have if you don't have the inflections, if you don't have the timing, if you don't have, even like talking about trying to disguise yourself in a human society. You can know all the words to say, but it's so much. We talk so much more than just with the words we use.
Mm. Yeah, the comedic delivery that Alan Tudyk has, and I'll also say that the sheriff also has, is just, it's just perfect. Those two for me carry the show. Of course, the relationship with the kid is really funny too, but without spoiling anything, check out Resident Alien. Absolute blast.
Have to.
So glad you brought that up, Chase. Thank you.
Yeah, I haven't made it far, but I'm pretty sold. And I think the 3rd or 4th season just came out recently.
Yeah.
So I've been slacking a little bit because it came out sometime within the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm late to the party, but yeah, even Aaron told me he's a big fan of the show.
Better late than never.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. We should get more people on this show, man. It's such a good show. So underrated.
I guess we'll try to keep us moving. Either one of you guys watch Letterkenny?
I'll be honest. I watched Letterkenny, and I remember when it was really popular. I really wanted to get into it, but I don't know. I could not fucking stand it.
I enjoy Letterkenny so much, but it is like a junk food. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not good for you. You don't get much out of it. Although I will say there is no show that I can think of that does more clever wordplay than Letterkenny. That's literally all the show is.
Mm-hmm. It's
just a bunch of hicks using wordplay on each other. That's the whole show. I just told you the whole show.
BoJack Horseman had some really good wordplay.
I'm not saying it doesn't, but I'm saying that was literally the whole show.
Oh, okay.
The whole show was wordplay. BoJack, of course, without a doubt, had some of the best wordplay, period.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't all that BoJack had to offer.
Yeah.
It kind of is all that Letterkenny had to offer, I hate to say. And that's coming from a mild fan,
Yeah. Wish I was a fan. Couldn't enjoy it myself personally.
That's fair. It's very niche, and at certain points it gets annoying. And dude, I don't even know about a fifth of what they're saying. Chase, do you watch it at all?
It's funny. I haven't tried to because it's on Hulu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I never actively went to watch. I need to get Hulu again because there's even a couple shows been meaning to watch. I can bring up later, but people draw the connection a lot, and you'll probably be quick to, I guess, shoot down the comparison, which I get, but it's just because it's both Canadian humor, so people make that connection between Trailer Park Boys and Letterkenny.
I've actually been more
Trashy
into
Canadian humor.
Letterkenny than Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think you're a little more Trailer Park Boys than Letterkenny, but they do share a lot of similar, just like goofy, hick, Canadian comedy.
I honestly like Trailer Park Boys more, to be honest.
So I've never actually gotten the chance to watch Letterkenny. I've watched a fair amount of clips, and I was on the fence with some of what I watched, but I haven't also just taken the time to watch full episodes.
I will say, there's like 12 seasons, and they really, after season 7-ish, I'm guessing out of my ass, I don't know when specifically, but around that time, it felt like we were just going in circles. We weren't going anywhere, we weren't progressing. The reason why I'm even bringing this up is because the last season of Letterkenny was bittersweet, it was fucking meta, and it finally addressed the issue in Letterkenny. So basically, they gave us the taste of what we could do. So basically, a lot of shows get so stuck in this, where basically either nothing matters and no one grows, no one changes, and you're stuck in this like pocket dimension of infinity.
Flanderize the characters.
Yeah, or you can let them grow, but then that requires change, and people don't want change, especially when we talk, including the Letterkenny fandom. So they basically spelled out in the season finale that we could do this. So basically, like Wayne's sister was going to go to college, and frickin' their other friend was going to end up hanging out with these fucking degenerates. And they were all splitting apart, you know what I mean? All moving forward, all growing, all living, and they teased that, and then in the very end, no one did, and they all just stayed in their little town, and then the show's over. And I thought, I don't expect much out of Letterkenny, but I was so proud of how they ended that show, with telling us we could do this. It's the only way to progress the show. You don't want us to do it, so we'll just let us live in this happy little bubble here in Letterkenny for all eternity.
So you saw the end of that show where you saw the characters could grow and change and become new and better people, and you're like, yeah, fuck that. Stay the same people.
Actually, was way worse off. But everyone else pretty much was kind of for the better.
I
kind of necessarily. It depends on what they want with their life, But it gave us that. It showed us, and then they also showed us what. Because I feel like that's how it is as fandoms. We don't want it to end. We don't want we want the same happy feeling we got in episode 1.
Well, I kind of hate that for that reason, because that is exactly what. It's not challenging the characters. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, well they do stay the same actually, so it's okay.
Yeah. Well, I just think that.
No, that's fine. That's my.
Letterkenny was the one to spell it out.
Yeah, no,
this problem we see consistently in almost all TV series.
Your opinion is entirely valid. That's just the way I see it. It's like I kind of hate that to me.
I agree too. And I'm just thinking, it was like a weird meta commentary that I just did not expect from a show like Letterkenny. And despite the last 4 seasons prior to that, or whatever, being kind of shitty, I was appeased by how they decided to end it. And that's all I really had to say about it, I suppose.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was never really a big fan of Letterkenny. I guess I don't really...
Oh, I'm glad junk food.
I am kind of glad I didn't start, if that's how it ends, but, or I didn't continue as that's how it ends, so, I guess I can appreciate that.
Right.
People watch, Netflix. You guys seen, I've been watching a lot more Mike Flanagan stuff. I just watched, Ouija, The Origin of Evil, which, okay. I also watched Geralds Game, which is an adaptation of a Stephen King novel.
Really?
Yeah. That one made me rethink I've been doing a lot of woodworking lately. I wanted to make a cool, kinky, bed frame. Made me really rethink that shit. Holy fuck.
That bad, huh?
Yeah. I mean, if you guys aren't familiar with Gerald's Game, it's about a woman and a man. They're trying to rekindle their marriage, and he kind of handcuffs her to the bed because he thinks that that's gonna kind of get him off a little bit. That's gonna be spicy, and he handcuffs her to the bed. And his dumbass fucking dies of a heart attack in front of her while she's still handcuffed to the bed.
Oh.
Yeah, and now she's stuck there. And hijinks ensue. Horror ensues. Right. It's very good. It's a very good story. Slow burn, but Mike Flanagan delivers, as he always has for me anyway.
Well, to be cuffed is to be vulnerable.
Yeah, it's extremely vulnerable. There's like a dog, like a stray dog that gets in the house. Just chowing down on the husband, The whole time she's just gross. Stuck there. She can't get free, dude. It's like, it's this kind of like very 127 hours, where she's stuck in one place. Everything happens in this one area up until the kind of end. But very good, very effective use of horror. I've never
heard of this, honestly.
Yeah, it's a very effective use of horror too. It's a horror movie, but it's very subtle and kind of toned down. It's not meant to be high intensity, but it is.
Yeah, well, you know me, I'm always more about the psychological horrors, aspect in horror. That's my gore and stuff. That's all fun. That's the fun stuff. But the real stuff that makes me enjoy horror is when it gets in your head, if you get to view and kind of almost live this horrendous, like this thing, 127 hours-esque moment.
Yeah, no, it's very good. You should check it out.
I gotta, yeah.
The Ouija Origin of Evil. All I can say is that it's better than the original Ouija. It's good, but like the fucking, it's good. I don't want to make it sound like it's bad. It's not worth your time. It's worth watching. It's not very scary to me, and some of the CGI made me laugh because they have the little girl and she ends up having to get her mouth like really big because she's getting possessed that way, and just the way the CGI looked at it. It made me laugh so fucking hard. Anyone else might really enjoy that. I did. The story is really good. It's so much better than the original, and it really put Mike Flanagan, I think, on the map as a horror director. So, cheers to that. I'll let you guys take the next one. Chase, you got anything?
Yeah, I've been meaning to reactivate my Hulu. There's this series from Marvel called Hit Monkey. Have you guys ever heard of that one?
I've seen that on some stuff, but I haven't watched it. Is it good?
Where you had me watch the trailer like a year or two ago.
Probably.
You're talking about like your brother or something?
Oh, so I
remember watching the trailer for it because you sent me it or told me about it or something.
Yeah. Because the second season came out within the last couple months, I think. After a bit of a hiatus, and they're already working on 3, and the third season will come a lot faster. It's based on, I don't remember, and it's a Marvel series. It's based on a comic too. Listen, no Marvel comic about this hitman monkey. And here's what the premise is. I don't remember what supernatural forces cause this to happen, but what happens is Hitman is being chased by someone who wants him killed, because you do that line of work, and eventually, you're just going to have enemies. I can't remember exactly what prompts him, but he's being pursued, and he's voiced by Jason Sudeikis, and who's actually Ted Lasso.
Oh,
yeah, we talked about him earlier. I also might know him from Hall Pass, or I think he was on SNL. He's pretty funny. He voices this hitman who he just narrowly escapes. He gets wounded, and then he takes shelter in this. He's like up in the mountains somewhere, and there's like these hot springs, and they're inhabited by whatever those Japanese snow monkeys are. I don't know if they're called that. You know, ones that are just chilling in the ponds, or chilling in the hot springs.
Almost sounds racist. Those darn Japanese snow monkeys.
It's so specific.
They, I believe that's what they're called, though. Japanese macaw. Japanese macaw. Seems to be what it is. But yeah, you guys probably know what I'm talking about. They have white fur. They'll chill in the hot springs. So there's even subtitles, but there's basically what happens. They all just kind of let him hang out. This hitman, he's just kind of this wisecracking smartass. But there's this one monkey who's trying to warn the others that he shouldn't be there. Oh, this and that, and they argue with him, and he leaves. These hitmen show up. They find him. They actually kill Jason Sudeikis' character. Kills all these other monkeys, like this other monkey family who was the different one, right? He left. He came back. He discovers all this, and I don't remember what happens. Somehow he becomes soul bonded with Jason Sudeikis' character. Mm-hmm. So Jason Sudeikis as a ghost, basically helps train this monkey to become a hitman. I don't want to call him his inner voice because, like not even on his shoulder. Like he literally I don't remember exactly what happens, like what causes it. There is something to it, some supernatural forces there that cause it to happen. So in short, Jason Sudeikis is this kind of hitman who's a total smartass, and he becomes soul bonded to this Japanese macaw who wants revenge for his family getting killed, and Jason Sudeikis wants revenge for getting killed. And it goes whole deep. There's this whole conspiracy with the government. There's other characters, but that's kind of what it's about, though. It is animated. It's pretty funny. It has pretty sick action. It's pretty enjoyable. It's crazy concept. I know. I really dug it though. And I was kind of eagerly waiting. They were kind of in limbo for a bit, and then they got greenlit for a second season. And I guess the third one's already coming, but the second one came out a month ago or so. So I was planning on reactivating my Hulu to give it another try or give it another go. Yeah, it's pretty good though. I enjoy it. I think it's funny. It has some cool action, and like I said, there's a whole backstory. Yeah, so it's a Marvel series. It's on Hulu. Funny enough, so I don't know how that kind of happened.
Well, Disney does own Hulu, but you still think it'd be in their Marvel category on Disney.
Yeah. Plus. Interesting.
They didn't want to claim it. All right, guys, we'll do it, but we cannot truly mend it with the Marvel brand here.
Yeah.
Let's let Hulu have it.
Yeah.
Hulu have it.
It's pretty good though.
If they did market it as a Marvel movie, it probably would get more criticism, to be honest.
Right.
This on its own is probably where it's being kind of isolated from the rest of the Marvel franchise. Probably makes it less harebrained YouTubers and reviewers are probably going to be shitting on it. I think it's a smart move.
It could be. I have no idea.
I think it'd be fun. It sounds fun. Oh shit!
Yeah, I never actually saw it. Like, I saw the trailer. Like, you sent me, or you either sent it to me or I looked it up after you talked to me about it. Like a couple of years, like a year or two ago, I want to say.
Probably a couple of years. Yeah, there was a little in between. Like it was on hiatus for a bit, and they just recently got approved for season 2. So I was gonna watch that soon. Yeah. I got Kevin to watch it. He enjoyed it quite a bit, actually.
Did he?
Oh, I bet he did.
Yeah. Not shocking there.
Well, he's got a good taste in comedy.
Yeah. Do I dare bring it up? Have either of you guys seen the new Netflix live adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender?
I have.
That's a proper response. What are you saying, Chase?
I have seen it.
Okay, let's talk it a little.
Sound very excited about it, Chase.
Again, proper responses. Now,
did we expect this to be a good
movie?
Did we expect
this better than the old movie, but the bar could not be set lower. That said, I mean, there were just so many unnecessary changes, like the weird fucking Omashu mashup.
Yeah.
And a lot of like just jump around, and they mashed up a lot of fucking arcs, and they skipped over like some of the what I think is some of the more important and life lessony and the character building aspects of some things, like Katara stealing the water bending scroll from the show, the cartoon.
Yeah.
They skipped over all that. They retconned Aang's bison whistle. I know that one's a little more nitpicky, but still, it's just like they just skipped over a lot of stuff, and it was very frustrating as a fan. If you don't know Avatar coming in, I'm sure it was, like I said, that's certainly better than the movie, but it's still just, it doesn't have the heart and soul of that Avatar requires.
You know, and here's the thing though, is that this is already a show. How could they have done a better job than the show they already made?
Animated one, no less.
Yeah. Well, that's actually the funny thing, because animation to live action might be the hardest jump in media.
Yeah.
Especially anime, like, you know, on the extreme stuff,
well,
you know.
Well, anime, I think, would be a pretty easy jump. You just have to not be a shit fucking writer.
I haven't yet to personally see anime properly turn into live adaptation.
Because so many of the Hollywood people, I feel like they just don't respect it enough. I think Quentin Tarantino probably could do, like, because I think he has respect for the art form. He could probably.
Perhaps. I don't know how far his anime knowledge goes. But,
I mean, you've seen Kill Bill. He definitely has an appreciation.
True. True that. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The secret tunnel scene.
Don't.
It didn't even have Aang in it.
No!
It didn't even have Aang in it.
Did they do the song?
Yeah, they did for a second, I think.
Well, okay.
They certainly did an homage to it. I can't remember.
Okay,
but
I'll allow that.
But they didn't have Aang in it. I mean, a lot of these things. I mean, it doesn't, like, when you just like take away a piece, it doesn't seem like a lot. But you keep taking away pretty much every character developing moment in the show. How are the characters supposed to grow? It's just very frustrating. Very frustrating to me as a fan. It's Sokka, you know, and there's, they didn't do any of the, obviously because she was with Sokka, it wasn't, obviously no romance or any awkward kiss, but it was just stupid. Really frustrated the shit out of me.
I remember you talking about this show with me before, and it sounded to me a lot like the writers may have liked the series and wanted to respect it, but they didn't have enough confidence in it for its story beats to land on its own.
It got abandoned. So I almost wanted to say in its defense, but that's actually what kind of shows just how shitty it was from the start. I can't remember the names right now, but the fucking original guys for Avatar, they were working on that Netflix adaptation at first. They at least had a contract to do that with them. And basically, they felt so, I shouldn't put words in their mouth, but I want to say they felt so disrespected as far as loyalty to the continuity of the show that the fans love so much, was not respected well. It wasn't given its due justice. And we see that in the show. And literally the creators were like, fuck this show. Mm-hmm. And they're supposed to work on actually some animated shows now. I think they're supposed to make like a movie with Zuko and some other, and I think they're supposed to do another, like a thing past Korra, after Legend of Korra, with an earthbending thing. I don't know how far. I haven't researched that in a long time, but I do know they are still trying to work other projects. But this whole live adaptation thing, again, to what I was kind of saying earlier, has not been successful of going from cartoon, and Avatar is almost anime, to live adaptation.
I'd say the series, it kind of touched on already. It just
that's just it. Why can't we just leave it at the show? The show did it best. Just let it be.
Yeah.
If you can't do it right, and that's just, there's so many more things we want to actually see. We want to see the story about Zuko's mom. We want to see these stories of Aang after after he freaking saves the world, because it's so much more. And they showed a tiny bit in Korra, but it's kind of like when we talk about George R. R. Martin thinking about Lord of the Rings. You know, I want to know what Aragorn does after he becomes king. What are his tax policies? You know.
Yeah.
So similarly with Aang, I think a lot of people do. What happens with Aang is hard because his magnum opus is defeating Fire Lord Ozai, but that's not the only things he did. And
but
there's a lot more things they could do that instead they just keep repeating the story that was done perfectly, and they just keep trying to tell it shittier and shittier. You know?
I think what you're said right there is a really good point, because it shouldn't be an adaptation. Well, about what is Aang's tax policy, whatever the fuck, how does he choose to... This could be inspiration for a real and totally unique story that they could take anywhere. What, not just Aang, but to take the inspiration of what does this hero of ages that came back and solved all the problems right now, put everything to peace. How does he maintain that peace?
Well, that's just it. Korra pretty much expands on that idea, but we don't see what Aang did. We just, you know what I mean? For these kinds of things, and they do allude to it, talk about it in Korra, but that's just it's alluded to. They don't
unreliable
show it. They don't
narration. Yeah.
And we talk about there's a lot of different things, even going back to Zuko's mom. There's so many things that we could go with in an anime form, but instead we have to go live action, and we have to tell the same fucking story.
Well, I personally would love a story that expands on that concept of how does Aang maintain power or whatever, because he's an extremely idealistic kid. He's an extremely idealistic kid. He's a child! And he just set all these things to rights. How does he maintain this balance between all these different nations and all these different powers? Just because he's got special powers, that's why he should lead?
Yeah.
It's
also that he obviously has Rava in him, and that he in some way has the experience of like so many other Path Live avatars within him.
Sure, but how does a child's brain, who's slowly growing into all this stuff...
Yeah. Let's just say, I'd like to see Aang turn into a man. Obviously he turns into a man when he defeats Ozai, but you know what I mean. I want to see him grow up.
It would be a great story to tell. And a story that a writer that is an ability far beyond me to write. Right. I would love to see someone do that. Of course. I would love to see that story get told, and I love that you put that in the words.
Thank you. I do sincerely am a diehard Avatar fan. I just feel like we're doing the wrong thing. We're putting all the money in the wrong places, enough to where even the creators are like, "Fuck this," you know. Mm-hmm. That should tell you all you need to know. Your turn, Matty Poo. What you got?
Oh, crap. I watched some movies as fucking stupid artsy movies.
They can even be stupid small. I got like a few things that are small that I want to bring up, but they're not. I couldn't talk too much on.
They're good movies, but I can't like recommend these movies because they're just so artsy, and I have problems with them too. But they're Yorgos Lanthimos directed the movies Poor Things and The Lobster. He also did Killing of a Sacred Deer, which garbage. Hate that movie. I think that movie sucked. The Lobster and Poor Things was weird, very artsy. Have you guys heard of those movies?
No, I'm actually very curious about this Lobster you speak of.
The Lobster is a movie that stars has Rachel Weisz in it.
Freaking makes me think of Amanda Bynes, you know? Bring out the dancing lobsters. Fucking
has Rachel Weisz in there. Who's from The Mummy.
Do you like her?
Yep, I love her. She's amazing. And Colin Farrell, who's also another great actor.
Yes, I do know him.
It's this weird dystopian society where everyone needs to couple up, and you go to this little retreat, I guess you'd say, where you're supposed to find someone to pair bond with, be a couple, get married, all that, in a certain amount of days, or else you get turned into an animal of your choice. It also has John C. Reilly in it too, who's really good, and one of the guys, I forgot his name, but he's in like the Cornetto trilogy, and the other chick. She's got some crazy foreign name. Lea Seydoux. She's also in it. She's great in it. But there's I like the movie, and this is why it's hard for me to recommend, because it has all these concepts in here, but it's like this world is very normal to them. And that's great. But it's not very normal to us, so it's not translated as well. It has a very Wes Anderson style of people talking very awkwardly in dialogue. And you can tell that it's intentional, but I'm not super vibing with it. The story is really good, though. Poor Things, on the other hand, I can recommend to more people. It's very weird. It's very surrealist, and look, I'm just going to tell you, it's fucking weird. It's a weird movie. Woman kills herself. Weird mad scientist takes her baby that she was pregnant with, takes its brain, puts it into her brain.
Oh, what? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wild stuff, bro.
Wild
Dude,
stuff.
you weren't joking.
Yep. It's very surrealist, has very weird world building and technology. It does feel like this director feels like Wes Anderson, but just like a little bit more on the unhinged side. And I think some things that's really good. Check out Poor Things. It's been really respected. This guy, Yorgos Lanthimos, really respected in the Academy for being very creative and very unique. I can't say that everyone's going to love his work. It's very odd.
Is it?
Yeah, I'd say so. People getting turned into animals and baby brains and adult people. Weird. Yeah.
Very strange, indeed.
I've seen them. They exist. They are movies that are real.
They can hurt you.
They can hurt you. It's this very strange fucking movie. In Poor Things has Willem Dafoe in it. And honestly, at this point in my life, anything with Willem Dafoe in it, you just say Willem Dafoe is in this movie, I'm just sold. So, it's really the reason I watched it. Emma Stone is also in that movie. She's fantastic.
Always is.
Oh, yeah. I do like her.
But, yeah.
So does Jim Carrey.
Does he?
Oh, gosh. Have you not seen those old-ass videos of him just simping?
Oh, wow.
Simping hard.
How can you not?
I feel it. You should see him. It's kind of funny. I hate to say it. I love Jim. It's funny, though. His videos to Emma are fucking weird. Got a little creepy, not gonna lie.
And every day, for the rest of your life, you would thank God that I was the appropriate age for you.
Sorry, so that's the weird artsy movies that I've seen lately.
No, that's fair. Not for everyone, but definitely probably for someone out there listening right now.
Yeah, someone who wants to just like some total douche just wants to be
degenerate.
Good at like, I don't watch movies, I watch film. Watch those movies.
Well, those part puffers.
You can talk down to us about how good movies are and shit like that. It's a good movie. It's great.
Fair enough.
It's definitely gonna be a movie that's gonna attract those kind of people. Regular Joes can watch them, but you might not get as much out of them as the fart sniffers. Oh my god, I just alienated so many people who listen to this.
I'm sure their wounds will heal.
No, they're very sensitive people, Jonathan. They will never forgive me.
What is this, 9/11? Just never forget?
Never forget, dude.
This was their 9/11. Right here. Jace, you got anything for us?
Yeah, I've been watching. Not to sound crazy or childish, but I have been rewatching Pokemon. But I got the itch from
Really?
playing
Like the movies,
emulators.
the TV show? What are we talking here?
The series.
Yeah. I haven't seen that in forever, dude. I dropped out so early on the show. You know, like I used to watch a lot when I was a kid. Saturday morning cartoons, of course, but you know, I can't remember. Well, about after Latios and Latias. I mean, I've seen Celebi, I've seen Deoxys, but I barely remember them. You know what I mean? They never really were a part of me.
So I am on season 6 right now, which is the 3rd generation. That's as far as I've ever gotten with just my knowledge of Pokemon, even. And it's hard because there are so many episodes. Like, not gonna lie, I'm on like episode 300 for like the past month and a half. So not sound like I said childish or crazy because I watch a lot, but I've also had to. I've skimmed through a few because there's a ton of filler.
Even bringing it up, it makes me because I never actually watched the whole thing, and so
it's hard to. There's so many episodes. There's a ton of filler, dude. So much.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
There's a whole episode where Pikachu just goes missing for an episode, finds his way back, and no one knew he was gone, or shit like that. It's like, okay, you're not. This not him getting a gym badge. It's not him discovering new Pokemon. So I've tried to.
I think some character development.
Not forwarding
10 years old for 20 years.
If you ever are interested, there's a really good website. I think it's WCO Stream. I'll have to see. I haven't saved on my PlayStation, but it has dubbed and subbed anime, just a shit ton. And I was able to find all episodes of Pokemon are on there. Believe it or not.
Fuck yeah.
So I was able to go on and watch. Yeah.
English, mono, Japanese, mono.
No, I just do regular, just dubbed English.
Yeah. I that's the only fun one. Even though I used to, now as an adult, I always watch it with the English sub. But freaking Pokemon, I don't really know it any other but the English. You know?
Oh yeah. No, and someone had said that, like, because I think it got downvoted a ton on Reddit or whatever. There's one comment where someone's like, dubbed is awful, blah, 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 which I get, because if you're especially not used to that with a certain
what
show.
You're talking about, but
it was pertaining to Pokemon. Everyone's like, no, everyone knows Pokemon from the English.
Right, certainly here in America, They didn't they didn't really play it in Japanese for us on Channel 13 there.
Thank God.
It is dope, though. I mean, it's, I get it. It's a freaking kid show. I get it. But, there's plenty of adults who have interest in Pokemon outside, whether it's the cards.
Well, it's we grew up with Pokemon, it's not, we have kids, and a lot of us are also getting a bond with our kids through Pokemon. I've experienced that myself as a parent, getting to Dude, I took my daughter to see Detective Pikachu when it was in theaters, and it came with a 2-pack sleeve, one with a guaranteed Detective Pikachu, and then another random holo. We got a holo Slowpoke and a holo Bulbasaur.
That's awesome.
We saw Detective Pikachu. I mean, Detective Pikachu wasn't the best fucking Pokemon movie, but dude, there was a moment where it felt. When I saw the first Pokemon movie when I was really young, it felt like I gotta do the best I can to give that to my daughter too, and I felt like she really felt that when that happened. It was just kind of cool to pass that torch, of an interest in a family.
Want to be the very best,
right? Right. Well, she plays guns when she has cards. She actually has a fairly good card collection, but
that's
she
awesome.
Played some of the I think she played Leaf Green. I think she played Leaf Green and stuff. But,
okay.
Casual. She's a casual. She's not a Pokemon fan, but she's a casual. It has a place in her heart for sure. It does have a place in her heart.
Yeah. Okay. I figured out the emulator on my phone, so I've been playing some of the old ones. So I got the itch, that's why I was kind of rewatching.
I feel that, man. I feel that.
Once we get a 3rd generation, it's uncharted territory, so we'll see. Don't know if I don't know shit past that.
I feel like there was all new to me when I started playing Diamond and Pearl. I was like, what the fuck is all this?
No. Absolutely. The Pokemon are getting out of control.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie, some of them are kind of dumb.
Just a sword. Were
we
some gears.
We were joking earlier about like the washing machine.
Washing machine.
Oh, yeah.
This one's the sink.
The sink. Yeah. Like, you know,
Sinkmeister used.
Oh, fuck it, just put arms
surf.
and eyes on it.
Used wash.
Use wash.
I want to talk like maybe like 3 things, and I'll do them quick though. You know, I don't have that much, just other than they're
better.
You know. So, Fiona and Cake. I know it's been a while. I haven't seen it in like a year now.
Oh,
yeah.
I enjoyed it
Adventure Time
very
spin-off.
much. Oh yeah, dude. It was their quest for canon. You know, and although the multiverse is done so many times, especially like post Rick and Morty, but it did it. It did it in a way that I absolutely enjoyed. You know, it's hard to explain. I sincerely enjoyed Fiona and Cake.
Yeah, no, I liked it too. For how annoying, how much of a trope the multiverse is, they did it pretty well. I really liked it. I agree.
I've only seen so much of Adventure Time.
Really? Yes, I've seen all of Adventure Time.
And there's some pretty funny episodes for sure. I've only seen a couple.
Yeah, that one, and we talk about, like, you know, you're talking about feeling like Pokemon's for kids. You know, I feel that way sometimes with Adventure Time, but dude, there's a lot more to it than you expect.
It's for kids and very stoned adults.
Those demographics kind of cross over.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna just try to do them quick. So it's stupid I'm even mentioning. So I'm not saying you should watch this, but Chicken Run. They did a sequel of it called Dawn of the Nugget. Do you guys know Chicken Run?
There is an actress. One of the actresses from Merlin that we talked about earlier does one of the voices in the first Chicken Run. I don't remember which one it was, but I saw that earlier. Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Yeah. That is funny. We're Kevin Baconing it.
There's degrees of Kevin Bacon in this.
Alright. You know, there's obviously the guys that made like Wallace and Gromit and Shaun the Sheep. And the first Chicken Run, dude, I loved that when I was growing up. I know my daughter actually, there was like a solid year where she would just play that all the time. You know?
Watch that movie?
Yeah, Chicken Run, yeah. But they did Dawn of the Nugget. Not as good, but I did. I mean, it kind of reminded me of Aldous Huxley's Brave New World. I don't know if you guys ever read that book.
Yeah,
but it's very common. It's you know, it's one of those it's one of those dystopias disguised as a utopia. You know,
that's how I would describe the movie The Lobster.
Usually compared on levels with like 1984, but it's its own thing. It's like different. It's like people being drugged. And like being mindless zombies kind of things while all this other shit's going on while they're, you know, they might as well be asleep, you know.
I totally
there's a lot of that kind of unnerving zombie like state that I would compare to Soma in Brave New World that you see in Dawn of the Nugget.
That's crazy.
And I also think in general claymation is a totally underrated medium.
Yeah.
Just generally, I don't think we see enough claymation, but that's my opinion.
So, Miranda Robertson, that's the lady of the lake. She is the voice of Mrs. Tweety, who's the main antagonist in, like, the crazy lady.
Well, yeah, I know who Mrs. Tweety is.
Yeah. That's Miranda Robertson.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if she comes back, because Mrs. Tweety is actually in Dawn of the Nugget.
I believe it.
So it's probably, I assume it's going to be the same actress. But that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, 'cause I saw that earlier today, and I was reviewing Merlin, looking at what these actors were in, and I was like, what? Like random stuff, you know?
Right. Also, you guys seen Tires?
I've been meaning to. I like Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis?
Like old Gilly.
It's just silly and fun, but honestly, dude, it was fun. You know, I'm looking forward to another season. I'm pretty sure they literally already had season 2, like contracted and working on it before they even dropped the first season. You know, there's not a lot. You don't expect. There's not a lot to it. You know, but it is kind of junk food. You know, but it's.
No, it's just
It's a fun laid back comedy.
It is. Tire shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a fun laid back, white Jesus, blue collar worker comedy.
Yeah. I'm down with that. I like Gilly.
I might start because the episodes probably aren't long either, so I might start watching those on my lunch break.
For sure.
Show.
Yeah.
Which episode? I mean to check that out. That's funny because it keeps popping up because I like. I like him, so I don't.
He's been showing up a lot on Kill Tony lately. I'll be honest, I do enjoy Kill Tony.
It's funny because people have mixed feelings on Kill Tony, and I get it, but there's just such a variety of different people.
Tony himself, he can be a little petty and stuff, but that's also part of it. The whole thing is a fucking awesome thing because you just don't know what to expect. You don't. You can be laughing your ass off from a stranger, and you can watch a professional bomb. You really don't know what to see. It's just so. I don't know. For the comedy world, it's also, even though, you got the big names meeting some grassroots, I think it's one of the better things to ever happen in the comedy world. And despite me saying that Tony can be petty bitch, because he can be sometimes, but he really did, drive, like, a whole new medium that I think truly is changing the world of comedy,
There are people getting a start from that show, like, if you're familiar with Cam Patterson.
Like I said, I'm a Kill Tony fan. I am quite familiar with Cam.
Do they have
his rock?
Oh, yeah. He's just like talking about how he's like, I'm pretty. I don't know if I'm just retarded or what, but he's talking about how he collects rocks.
He's like, I'm not retarded, but I do collect rocks. Yeah. Or something like that. I think.
Yeah.
Famous one. That Shane Gillis, Joe Biden, Shane Gillis playing Trump and
Adam Ray. I think his name is.
Yeah, playing fucking Joe Biden.
I didn't look like.
Dude, that was pretty fucking good. And they dropped it right because they do it a month early. They dropped it right after Trump's assassination attempt. I mean, at the peak of like American politics right now, they dropped that lump of gold.
Yeah, That's funny you mentioned because earlier you sent someone doing a Trump impression in our chat. That was pretty good. James is up there. Shane has one of the best. He has the mannerisms down. He just does like I love his timing. The hand gestures. You do them like a second off where it should be in the sentence.
Yeah. His timing. He does good facial. His facial comedy. Just like you don't even have to say anything, and you can just look at people right in this. You can make people laugh, and Shane Gillis is freaking. He's definitely one of the better ones out there. Mm-hmm. As I've always told you guys, Mark Norman's always not always, but he's definitely still my stand-up favorite comedian.
Yeah, Mark's pretty sharp.
He's quick. He's so quick.
Protect our parks.
Yeah. Protect our parks.
Shout out to Joe Rogan. Yeah, that's great. I'll have to check out Tires soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Got anything else to add, Matt?
Fuck, I'll do lightning round real quick. Recently read Gardens of the Moon. It's first book of the Malazan series, very popular fantasy series. Quick thoughts are a lot of plot, not a lot of character, a lot of characters, but not a lot of I really understand who these people are. Fun story, liked it. Felt like I didn't really get to know a lot of the characters in the story, which I'm a very character-based reader. I didn't love it. I liked it. Looking forward to the next one, though. Hoping it's good. Started LA Confidential. Extremely racist. It's about cops in LA. They say the N-word a lot. It's fucking pretty tight. No, it's not tight. It's pretty fucked up. I watched the movie Dream Scenario. Honestly,
I haven't seen that. That sounds familiar, though.
Have you guys seen that? It's Nicolas Cage's. Not his latest movie. His latest movie is Long Legs, which I'm about to go see. Hopefully.
The last one I ever saw was that vampire one he did.
Yeah, Long Leg looks pretty crazy. Yeah, Renfield is pretty fun. I'm gonna be fucking slaughtered going into it. I'm about 7 beers deep right now. I'm just freaking the fuck out. But anyway, Dream Scenario. it was fun, funny, really good. First 3/4 of the movie was really good. I can't say I liked the ending. It felt very like mean-spirited and kind of shitty the way they ended the movie. I just thought that was kind of not the promise of what the movie was going to be. It was good. Watch it. If you like Nicolas Cage, anyway, you should watch it. If you like some absurdist humor, but in a very nihilistic, kind of shitty way. That's the way it ends. That's the way I did. That's the one thing I didn't like about it, was the way it ended. And finally, on a lighter note, The fucking Boys. Who's watching season 4 of The Boys? Just me?
I'm still behind. I think I finished 2 seasons. And I was watching with my family, and
Oh yeah,
I just got picked back up. I might have to just forget it, and I'm just gonna go and watch it. I have been thirsting for The Boys. I have.
Notably great family program, The Boys. Just finished season.
Twist on superheroes, you know. I love flawed characters, and there's so much nuance. No one's good. No one's pure evil except for maybe Homelander, that fucking motherfucker.
Dude. I love him.
Yeah.
Anthony Starr, another great fucking performance out of him for season 4.
Yeah, how do you feel about season 4 with like minimal spoiler?
So a lot of people had a lot of problems with the show before the season even concluded. They're all complaining.
What's that?
They talk about a lot about the direction they took Frenchie. A lot of like the very like alt-right conservative audience realized that they're being made fun of, and instead of like laughing along with the rest of the other people who are being made fun of, because they poke fun at both sides.
Right.
But they made it
good.
They definitely
Everyone has something to criticize.
Yeah, they definitely lowered the subtlety level toward the alt-right conservative audience, and they were like, yeah, no, let's make it a little bit more obvious because they're not getting that they're being made fun of. Now they're very upset about it. They're very upset about it now, and they're like, oh, this is woke now? What? This is woke? This show's woke? Yeah. If by their definition of woke, anything is woke. This is like, they still poke fun at the SJW woke crowd. They still poke fun at corporate pandering. They still poke fun at all the problems that they've already been poking fun at. It's just they're trying to be more obvious about it because people weren't getting the joke, you know? And
it's like that you have to spell it out. That
yeah.
Is something about the audience or something about the people making it? I don't know.
It sucks when you spell it out and then people are like, oh, this is bad writing. No, it's great writing. You just didn't get it before. And now it's great writing. It was very well written, despite what a lot of morons think on the internet. The way, at first, I will say you might feel a certain way and be like, oh, yeah, no, this is, I don't like a lot of where this is going. This is very not subtle. But by the end of it, it comes around full circle. Very enjoyable. The way that they close out a lot of the storylines that they had started in the beginning of the season, where they close it out at the end, very tight. Very, very well written, and gave me a lot of feels. I think
awesome.
Everyone who's willing to laugh at themselves or willing to admit the problems within our own society would enjoy this. It's about satirizing our current political state, and while it's not super subtle anymore, it just goes. I would like it to be more subtle. I prefer it more subtle, but it doesn't detract from how good and how funny it is and how good the writing is.
Oh yeah, well, and it's that way, satirizing, just heroes. You know what I mean? The hero, the trope. I mean, because it's like everyone wants these superheroes, but they're the boys shows. This is actually a fucking nightmare.
It's a nightmare. But it's our real world. It's celebrities are the superheroes.
Yeah, and they're just and it's really the corporations that are benefiting from all of it. You know, and it's what we have today. It is a political commentary, a socio-political commentary on our current state.
Yeah.
You know?
And the people who are going to be crying out, crying woke, and being upset about it are the people that didn't know that they're being made fun of, and they just have no media literacy, and they're...
Right. The joke was funny till they realized it was on them.
Yeah. Everyone's willing to laugh at themselves in this story until those people realize
it's a sad world.
Yeah.
If you're not laughing, you're crying, dude. For real.
Yeah. I mean...
Learn to laugh a little. Don't take everything so seriously.
If you have a level of self-awareness, you should be able to enjoy this season of The Boys. It's incredible. I really enjoyed it. The way they took the characters, it being on a week-by-week basis, made it so people could have a lot of mixed reception on it. But seeing where it started and where it ended up, I really enjoyed. I thought it was really good. Particularly my standouts were MM or Marvin. He was fucking fantastic. Homelander, always amazing. I even really liked where they took the kid, Carl Urban and his son, the dynamic between those two. I really liked where they went with that. And the most criticized aspect of the show was probably Frenchie and Kimiko's relationship. I liked where it ended up.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that everything seems to work out for the best, at least in your opinion, and likely will be similar to my own when I finally get around to it.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with The Boys at all?
I am. That is a show I have been slacking on, I will admit. It's just another one of those shows where
it feels like it'd be right up your alley, honestly.
Yeah, no, I've been meaning to. I just haven't got my Amazon Prime.
Oh, I feel it, dog.
Video going back up. I was on it for a while too.
Streaming war strikes again.
I think I needed it because I needed it to watch. If it was Thursday Night Football or whatever, so I definitely am going to get it back for football season. But yeah, and again, now I'm torn between that and Hulu, right?
Yeah, right.
I would say, unfortunately,
mosquito bites taking all of our blood.
I know. As much as I hate Amazon being such a big industry, they do got the winning record of shows, I think, personally.
Really?
Yeah, for right now. I still think HBO is chief.
I was going to say, I'm surprised you didn't say HBO.
HBO, I'm still a stan. I'm still a stan for HBO, but I'd say Amazon's probably close second.
That's crazy. You know, I never really thought about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's tight with Netflix and Amazon, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, then, there's Disney, but they're also tied with Hulu, which is pretty fucking big, so
that's true, but I think Disney has honestly fallen off a lot. Just the way that they've kind of they've oversaturated themselves and really made it hard to look forward to any of the things you want to watch by them.
Especially in Star Wars, man. But I feel like some of the good things that come out of Disney are actually what comes out of Disney Pixar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Other than that, it is a lot of flops.
A lot of flops. I mean, their last animated series was a pretty big flop. Wish.
I haven't even seen that.
I haven't seen it either, but I have not really seen any. It didn't do well. All their Marvel properties been flopping a lot. Star Wars. Oof.
Oh my! Yeah,
we don't even need to. We don't even need to.
It's self-evident. That's how bad it is, Kathleen Kennedy. You cunt.
Yeah.
That was so aggressive. Okay, maybe light it up the cup, but still Kathleen Kennedy. Respectfully, go fuck yourself.
South Park tried to tell her politely.
And she doubled down.
Oh.
Fuck her.
Yeah, fuck her. She didn't learn a lesson. I was totally willing to be on her side because I'm all for representation and all that, but you gotta make good shows.
It's shoehorn. That's just it.
You can't
no
just
one's going to watch it if it's not good. You can shoehorn as much diversity as you want into it. I don't even have problems with that kind of stuff, but the stories suck. I haven't seen Acolyte. I can't comment on Acolyte, but it has not been good for a long time. Kenobi, shit. Boba Fett had so much potential, threw it all away. And then all we got to look forward is Mando, and even Mando's kind of again jumped.
Yeah, it's just kind of
it's just a comfort, but it's not. It's a pile of member berries,
Yeah, and that's what I think a lot of Star Wars. The only thing that's really been beneficial about it is that it is a brand that's memorable.
So sad because I've been rewatching Clone Wars, Bad Batch, and Rebels. I know Rebels was some Disney. But even the last season of Clone Wars, which was good, which Disney did do, like there's just no heart, there's no soul, and there's no good storytelling.
Well, it's
completely corporate. It's just a shell of a once great franchise.
And it also comes down to as well is that we don't really look forward to these things anymore. It's constantly pushed out to just
Star
kind
Wars
of like.
Fan, and I do not look forward to any of it. I'm actually almost frightened as a fan. Like, oh no, what are they gonna do next?
We need a break. We need a break from it.
We do. We do.
And the same goes for the Marvel stuff, which it seems like they have been kind of pulling back a lot on. Because they should have waited a lot longer after Endgame, and they should have made it a lot more sparse. Because what they've done is they've oversaturated so much of the market in the Marvel universe. No one's kept up on any of the videos or any of the movies, the shows and stuff.
Kind of peaked at Endgame.
Yeah,
or Infinity War, whichever one was fucking lame.
Endgame.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because there is still good stuff in there. Like, I personally like Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I really liked Doctor Strange.
I do actually remember liking that one. What'd you say after Guardians?
Doctor Strange. I really liked that one. I'm a big Sam Raimi fan, but everything else has just been feeling too generic, and it needs to feel fucking like it's going somewhere.
Thor, Love, and Thunder?
Yeah.
I had a hard time.
That one was I was gonna say, a little hit or miss for sure.
Yeah.
What were your feelings on Marvel, Thor, or whatever else?
Yeah, I've kind of
as a watcher.
Tapped out. I do like the MCU. I've been a little tapped out since Endgame. Depending, I do like the Loki series. That concluded last summer, I think.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I have heard some good things about it.
I haven't seen
not
Loki
a lot, Just I have not. No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they completed the series. You should.
Is that good? Is that good?
I like Loki. I don't know if Matt's seen it, but I'm assuming he has.
Yeah. I like the series, but it's just a shame because a lot of people don't watch them, and then when it comes to the movies that do tie into them, people get all upset. Yeah, the same thing has happened with the Doctor Strange thing. They didn't see WandaVision, and they got super upset. They got super upset because, like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I hate this.
Well, we see that in Star Wars with just the timelines are so confusing and so apart from each other and just so jumping here and there and everywhere.
Mm.
And it is hard for even hardcore fans to keep track of even a timeline.
Ask. It's a big ask.
Basic thing.
It's a big ask.
If you don't know when shit happened, you're not going to be able to put pieces together.
Mm. Even though these shows are good, I did enjoy WandaVision, I enjoyed Loki, I did enjoy Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And even the Hawkeye show was pretty rad for a Christmas special, It wasn't.
I still haven't seen that one yet.
I haven't seen any of those.
It's fun for Christmas. If you want to watch something good for Christmas with the fam, sure, absolutely.
There was a Guardians Christmas special, right? That's separate from that.
Yeah. That one was really good.
Yeah, that one wasn't too bad. Yeah, with Drax and Mantis.
That was really good. I also really liked their Werewolf by Night. Really super underrated, I think. Great for Halloween. Watch Werewolf by Night this October. Won't regret it.
Werewolf by Night, which is affiliated with
the
Marvel thing?
Yeah, it's a Marvel thing, yeah.
On like through which characters, like which
It's kind of its own kind of independent thing. It has this kind of Swamp Thing looking character in there, but mostly it's kind of on its own. Doesn't have any real direct tie-in to the MCU.
But it's Marvel though.
It is Marvel. But it's very good.
It came out?
Yeah, it's already came out. It came out a couple of years ago, I think. Very much a
special.
Yeah, it was a sleeper hit. Yeah. And it's not even that long. I think it's like 45 minutes.
Word.
Great.
Oh,
great
interesting.
Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah, great Halloween thing to watch. October watch. Great. It's just, I'm someone who does watch a lot of these media and stuff like that, and even I'm just struggling to keep up on a lot of it. It's just too much. And
and it scares off casual viewers like myself, because I'm not huge in the MCU, not nearly like you guys are, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, just trying to come into it, you almost get too intimidated, because it's like, oh, you got to watch this, and then this, and then this, and then you.
Yeah, that's why
I don't know. It's so much. It's just like, as someone trying to get into it, it's like, dude, I don't know if I want to touch this thing. Like,
yeah, it's why I'll never really watch One Piece. This is 1,000 episodes.
Right.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier, talking about live adaptations of anime, and some people feeling iffy on that one. Unsurprisingly, I dug what I saw. I only saw a little bit of it. And I thought it was cool, but I've never really been into One Piece, so I'm not gonna flip out over it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I've never been a One Piece guy either. So I don't know. My mother enjoyed it, but she obviously doesn't know original One Piece. So maybe coming in with no knowledge, it might be good for like, again, casual viewers. But if you are a fan, we see in that live adaptation, or really a lot of just going from one medium to another. We see it in books to whatever. There's always just such a struggle of translating something, to this other medium.
Well, and us as like nerds who like enjoy this kind of thing, we are the whiniest fucking babies when it comes to as an audience, dude. We complain about everything.
Yeah, we complain about everything, and then even if they give us what we want, we'll complain about that. With the exception of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, which.
That was actually an example of the fans being right and people listening to the fans. It cost them some money, but they made way more money in the long run and appeased the general fandom, by actually listening to the fans. And I feel like they don't do that in like Star Wars and shit anymore.
Yeah, well, you know what? Sonic may be an exception. And there's also The Last of Us and Fallout, but you know what the thing about those is? As I just know, there are people like us who are just big fucking nerds about it, who are just waiting for them to fuck up so they can just shit all over it.
There's almost this fetishization on ripping apart someone's fucking baby, their work of art, know?
Yeah. I mean,
we don't come into it like these people actually are doing this. We're just like, it sucks because it's not how I would have written it,
Yeah, like you know anything about writing, But you know what I mean? Like the Fallout series, I think that the next season is just going to be ripped apart, and I think it's going to be.
I haven't finished the Fallout series, so I'm like 3 episodes in. So
it's so.
I know that people are saying there's some. People are complaining about. Towards the end, you want to tell us about all that shit? What's going down?
The first season is so good, so great, and it leads into some New Vegas territory. And I just know, that no matter what they do, audience is gonna hate it. I might like it.
Did they not like the first season?
Yeah, the first season's amazing. I thought.
But it's
What are the issues some people have with the first season? Do you know? Because I've heard it's good until the very end, and I've heard people say that the like that towards the end of the season it got like people didn't like it. I don't know why. I literally don't. I haven't looked into it.
you didn't get a reason.
So a lot of the reason is because of something that is a misinterpretation, I think, from a lot of the viewers, is that they saw the general timeline of how the NCR is and the NCR's fall.
Okay.
They saw it as a corruption of the timeline, even though it's not specifically... It was a misinterpretation of what they're saying, as a lot of the writers on the show had to clarify and say afterwards, like, look, no, this was like, the events of New Vegas happened. It's canon. But the beginning of the decline of the NCR was this year. Which makes sense within the canon of New Vegas. It's just that nitpicky kind of bullshit. And you just know that when they get into New Vegas, where they start telling the story there, mediocrity is going to kill the show. Or is going to kill audience reception of the show. It might not be fantastic. It has to be fantastic for it to be considered good.
Bar to hold.
Yeah, it has to be fantastic for this next season to be good.
Signed up for when they decided to touch this franchise. You know, I don't think they realized how big some of the people in it. I don't know if they realized how big this franchise really was when they went into it.
But you know, and it's like a lot of people, they just want to feel like they own this property, and because they've invested a lot of time in these games. And yes, I think that's fair that you should want something adapted faithfully. So far, they've done a good job, and I hope they continue to. But like I said, if this next season is mediocre, it's gonna kill the show. It's gonna kill audience retention. Because everyone's just going to find, oh, that's bad writing. That's bad writing. These people don't know what good writing or bad writing is. They don't. But they're going to find any little inconsistency that they can. Because they want to be the first to shit on this thing. This is culture of hate. That's just a nerd culture, you know? It's sad, but it is kind of true.
It's definitely a divisive way for a fandom to be.
Yeah. Everyone wants to be right about wants to be the first one to point out why this thing sucks. Because it's easier to do than see, hey.
Well, it's easier to criticize than to have better alternatives.
Yeah,
you know?
It's the way
like
I
to say this sucks, but also, you know, do you have an answer for what would be a better way to go about it? And it's okay if you don't, but I don't know.
A lot of them think they do, but they don't really have, like, one, hindsight's 20/20, and two, they're not good storytellers. They just want to jerk themselves off, and I don't know. This is me getting into territory that I shouldn't be. It's just we're gone on too long already. But these people
try to look at your mediums in fairness. It's like when we talk about meeting stuff at where they're at.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And I was absolutely dog shitting about Star Wars not too long ago.
Yeah.
You know, granted, I feel like it's justly so, and I think it's pretty self-evident. You don't even need to research it. Like, you literally just watch it. You know.
Well, I do the same thing. I'm not saying I'm better. You know. I do the same.
Could I write a better Star Wars? Probably not, man. But at the same time, I don't know. There's got to be some fairness in criticism, and I do feel like a lot of it's blind rage, hate for hate's sake, and like I said earlier, like a fetishization of criticism.
Yeah, I think
tearing shit down.
I think
rather than build it up.
Absolutely fetishize tearing things down way more. I hope
easy to be a critic. You know,
I hope the next season of Fallout is fucking rad. I hope the next season of The Last of Us fucking rules.
I hope so too on both cases.
I feel like no matter how good I think it is, how much I appreciate the storytelling, people who think they know better are gonna try and just shit on it, rip it apart.
Well, you can't
Even
stop.
if it,
You know,
even
you
if
can't
it's not
stop
bad.
them, but we
Yeah.
can call you out on your shit.
Yeah, even if its biggest sin is that it's mediocre.
Right. Indeed.
So
I think that's I think that's a good place to kind of end off on. If you guys,
yeah, I'd say so. We're about 2 hours in right now.
Yeah, so probably put a cap on that. But hey, everybody, if you're still listening, thank you for sticking around. Make sure to give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe, comment, tell us what you've been watching lately. Give us some movie recommendations. I'd be down to hear them.
Yeah, and if you disagree with all my takes on this, comment, please. Comment. Leave lots of comments. It's good.
All the comments.
Leave comments about why I'm wrong and you are right because you're so smart.
Fuel the algorithm. Make it stronger.
Yes. Thank you for being on here with us, Chase. This was an absolute blast.
It's been a wonderful time with you guys. I've been having fun.
My pleasure.
We haven't done this for a while. The What Have You Seen Lately or Campfire Perspectives. Yeah. So I'm glad that we got to do it again. And of course we had to just unload so much crap. 2 hours.
Right. But it was long overdue, so.
Indeed.
On that note, I guess, good night, gents. See you on the other side.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.